Now at 6, the Southeast Kansas doctor playing a role in keeping kids in the state safe from COVID-19, and sentencing for a Joplin woman who abused and neglected her young daughter.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
As younger people contract COVID-19, a local health professional will work with the state in an effort to correct course. This is KOAM News at 6. Now, yesterday, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly announced the Safer Classrooms Work Group. It's a group of healthcare professionals from all around the state who will advise schools and parents on how to keep students safe during the pandemic. Wilson County Health Officer Dr. Jennifer McKinney will co-chair the group. Several school districts in the state have changed policies or closed so far because of cases. The Chanute School District announced it'll require masks starting Monday, a change from their previous policy.
What primarily drove the decision, at least from my perspective, was the drop in student attendance. If I'm not mistaken, it had dropped to right around 7% from what would have been the matching week a year ago. That's a big enough percentage to at least look at the issue again.
I am glad that schools and school boards are reevaluating. It is unfortunate because we also are using, kind of the first week or two of school to say, well, let's just see what happens.
Tonight at 9 and 10, we're going to have what Dr. McKinney hopes to accomplish in the group and what she thinks should happen to keep schools open and free of disruptions. Data from the state of Kansas shows that about a third of nursing homes have fewer than half of their healthcare workers vaccinated against the coronavirus. The data shows that just 4 of the more than 300 federally licensed nursing homes in the state are meeting the goal of 90% of healthcare workers vaccinated against COVID-19. The state released the data after President Biden announced that his administration will require nursing home staff to be vaccinated as a condition for those facilities to continue receiving federal Medicare and Medicaid funding. State data shows that about 46% of all Kansans were fully vaccinated as of yesterday. A Joplin woman is going to prison for the abuse and neglect of her young daughter. Authorities arrested Celia Laura Licone in March of last year after she brought her child to the hospital for vomiting. Hospital staff found signs the child was malnourished and had been physically abused, including multiple healed fractures. Well, this week, Laura Licone took a plea deal and a judge sentenced her to 25 years in prison. A Missouri inmate who's been in prison for more than 40 years for a triple murder many believe he did not commit will wait several more weeks for a court hearing that could lead to his release. A Jackson County judge today set a September 13th court date to hear arguments over motions in 62-year-old Kevin Strickland's case. A date for a hearing during which prosecutors will argue that Strickland should be freed was not set. Jackson County prosecutor Gene Peters Baker has said evidence that convicted Strickland in 1979 has been disproved or retracted. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt believes Strickland is guilty and has fought his release. Chris Warner joins us. Warm, but not too bad out there, Chris.
No, not too bad at all, and it's going to remain that way, but unfortunately there's a trade-off to these cooler temperatures, and that is some rain. In fact, if you look off to the northwest, we do see some showers and thunderstorms. We'll get to those in a minute, and we've got this little guy starting in the southwest corner of McDonald County. That's kind of a sign of things to come. So heading out to the west, new tornado watch, which is not on this map specifically, but is out for much of north central Kansas, south central Nebraska. These storms are not going to be impacting us directly, but they are going to be playing a role in our forecast over the next 24 hours. So through the overnight, we're going to dip down to 83 by 8, 79 by 10, 76 by midnight. We're all looking at overnight lows in the lower to mid 70s. And going back to that, these storms are going to change our forecast with a cold front that's coming in, and that's going to be bringing some good chances of some storms over the next 3 days. We're going to get to that full forecast here in just a few minutes.
Catch you then. Electric vehicle drivers traveling through the Joplin area now have a new spot to power up. Liberty Utilities today cut the ribbon on its new set of electric vehicle chargers at the Big Apple Travel Center. Liberty officials say it's an important tool for folks going electric to cut down on their carbon footprint.
You're going to have to get a charge somewhere, and that is why this charging infrastructure is critical. So as a way to support our customers making that transition to electric transportation, we are committed to helping the customers and put charging stations in where they can best be used.
Representatives from Liberty Utilities, the Missouri Department of Natural Resources, Big Apple Travel Center, and the Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce were on hand for that ribbon cutting. Joplin's Watered Gardens Washington Family Hope Center is in the running for a grant from Chick-fil-A. The Homeless Mission is a finalist in the 2022 True Inspiration Awards. They could receive a grant of up to $150,000, but they need your help. The True Inspiration Awards are given to 4 organizations that come out on top following a vote from the public.
Anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000, which would be very helpful as we continue to renovate the property at the Washington Family Hope Center, our place for moms who are struggling with poverty and have children in tow.
To vote on the award, just check out the link in this story on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Quade Wilson from Anderson, Missouri is in the milk business. He runs a distribution company that delivers milk to the McDonald County School District. But when a worker shortage hit OPA Foods Management, Quade got into the bread business. OPA's bread supplier couldn't deliver bread any longer due to a shortage of workers and supplies. OPA delivers that bread to feed the 3,500 kids in the McDonald County School District. When Wilson got wind of the problem, he stepped up and started delivering bread to the district. Today, the district recognized Wilson with its service award.
I personally have 3 kids in school here in Anderson, and they enjoy the meals and the lunches and everything at the school. And we're a big part of the community and the kids and the schools in the district, and I hate to see anybody do without.
Wilson got the bread from a bakery in the region. Still ahead, we're going to meet a Kansas City boy creating smiles behind masks. And later, it's game night for Pitt State and Missouri Southern football. We're going to preview both of their matchups coming up in sports. Even if many kids have to wear a mask in school, doesn't mean they can't smile. One child in the Kansas City area is putting his quick wit to use while showing it so everyone can see. Andres Gutierrez gives us a look into the mind of someone who's just looking for a good laugh.
How does the music teacher unlock her room?
How does she unlock it?
A piano key.
8-year-old Charlie Hilton loves everything about a joke.
What's the punchline?
Because she got attached to it.
So when it was time for the aspiring comedian to go back to school in the age of COVID, a light bulb went off.
I like to make people laugh. And a lot of people like jokes, so I want to put them on my mask so people can read them.
The 3rd grader comes up with them from books, TV, and his own quick wit.
Why did the banker quit his job?
Why?
He lost interest.
Using his mom's penmanship on the mask, Charlie shares his jokes with everyone at Park Hills Southeast Elementary. They were a hit with the cafeteria workers.
One day I had to hold my Doritos in my mouth, mask on, just so they could read my joke. But they did like it.
Charlie's mom hopes that in this simple act of spreading joy, there can be a lesson for other parents and children during these very tough times.
It's just all about attitude. People tend to think that mask wearing has to be something horrible or traumatic or not fun for kids, and honestly, you can make it something fun. It's not a big deal.
Brianne has started an Instagram account documenting Charlie's joke of the day.
I mean, it's a great way just to put an instant smile on people's face if you're having a bad day. They're pretty corny jokes, but everyone laughs.
And now more than ever, we all need a good laugh.
Again, that was Andres Gutierrez reporting. Later tomorrow night marks the beginning of football season for Kansas high schools. In sports, we're going to highlight one of the big Friday night matchups as Columbus prepares to take on Frontenac.
And as the clouds continue to build in, so do the changes in the forecast. We're going to break them all down next. Another warm day across the area, but not too hot, although a bit muggy, leading to a rather unpleasant feeling outside. But the unpleasant feeling is about to go away. Over the last 36 hours, temperatures, as you can see, have been a lot more pleasant than what they have been. Started the day Wednesday at 70, made it up to 88. Started today at about 71, made it all the way up to 92. So a little bit sticky, a little bit muggy, but again, not as bad as it has been. 7th and range line, you can see the cloud cover building in. And there's that little cloud icon up there telling you the clouds are on the way. 88's where we are at right now. Feels like 93. Dew point at 70. Humidity still sitting at 55%. Temperatures across the region looking pretty much the same. So you can see 84 Stockton, 86 in Pittsburgh, 92 Chautauqua, 94 in Independence and Sedan. You factor in the dew point, which we're still dealing with, and there's a reason. We've got changes coming, as I promised. We're still sitting in lower 70s, almost mid 70s for some on these dew points, which puts us back into that muggy to soupy range again, and that still leads to a heat index. Unfortunately, 92 Webb City, 99 Commerce and Chautauqua, 100 in Independence is what it feels like right now. So let's get into the changes. So cloud cover through all of the night. 83 by 8, 79 by 10, 76 by midnight. We're going to see overnight lows dipping into the lower 70s for most of us, a few mid 70s out there. So you can see on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, not a lot going on, but watch this guy in McDonald County. He just kind of pops up and there he is, and he's a sign. We head out to the northwest and there's a bigger sign. We have this cold front that's draped across here, and as you can see, they're dealing with showers, thunderstorms, severe storms. In fact, there is a tornado watch out to our north and west that goes until midnight. Now, the good news is these storms are not going to be rocking and rolling by the time they start to roll into our area. They're going to settle down considerably. But those chances are increasing over the next few days. Some of them, even tomorrow, may be strong to marginally severe, and if they do decide to get a little out of hand, wind and hail's the main threat. And then by Labor Day, it's going to clear up and it's going to start to heat up again. So let's go ahead and take a look into the future here. So there's that cold front again. As it starts to move in, this is Friday morning. Some of our northern counties may see some of these showers and thunderstorms to start the day. They're going to move through, and then through the afternoon, we may get a few more in the area. Then we'll clear out, warm up, again, a few pop-up storms, and then heading into Saturday morning, that's when the big stuff gets here. Could be, again, maybe strong, but mostly just some good thunderstorms. And check out what it starts to do to temperature. 77 at 1:30 in the morning Saturday in Joplin, 73 in Yates Center as this rain rolls through. And as you can see, 7 a.m., more showers and thunderstorms build in, and they're going to stick with us for most of the day, unfortunately. We get into the afternoon, big activity clears out, and then we still have a few of these stray showers lingering around the area, getting into the upper 80s for highs versus what we have been seeing. And then again, Saturday evening, another round of showers and thunderstorms, mostly to our south, wanting to kick into gear. Temperatures dropping off quite nicely, though. Look at this, upper 60s by Sunday morning. But then you see another little batch of maybe a few showers and thunderstorms, and that's what's evident in the 7-day forecast. We see the rain chances begin to increase going into tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. So unfortunately for the Labor Day weekend, it's probably going to be pretty wet, but it's not going to be nearly as hot. And on Labor Day, it's going to be 91, but here's what's heading into next week. Dew point and humidity levels are going to start to drop. So even though these temperatures on some of these days are a bit higher, it's not going to feel as bad as it has. And take a look at the overnight lows. This is, and with the dry air, this is how it's possible for us too to go into that 59 to 83, 58 to 90, because it's going to dry out and it's going to feel really pleasant.
That'll be welcome. And those overnight lows, some of them, it'll be downright chilly. 59,
yeah, almost fall.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. Coming up in sports, it's opening night for Pitt State and Missouri Southern football, and two of the best teams in Southeast Kansas prepare to meet in Week 1 Friday night. Jacob Leonard has details next.
Well, tonight is the opening night of the season for Pitt State and Missouri Southern football. Both teams are on the road tonight in Week 1. Pittsburgh State has a big one right off the bat in Warrensburg facing Central Missouri. UCM finished second in the MIAA back in 2019 and is currently ranked 13th in the nation in the preseason coaches poll. After playing just 4 non-conference games last fall, the Gorillas are excited to be back to their MIAA schedule for the first time in 2 years. and get a shot at one of the best teams in the country.
You're finally playing for a championship and playing for the postseason versus, you just playing 4 games just to play 4 games. We're starting to realize that it's here. We don't have to, there's no more waiting around. We've watched the film, we've done the practice. We've been practicing, it feels like, since 2019. So I think everybody's finally to that point where it's game time, it's ready to show out. So everybody's really excited, and practice has been really fun and juiced up, so we're ready to go.
The Missouri Southern Lions are on the road in Nebraska this evening, taking on the Nebraska Kearney Lopers in their opener. For the Lions, this will be their first MIAA conference game under head coach Atiba Bradley. This one actually being pushed back a little bit due to lightning in the area. The earliest they'll get started this evening is 7:30. Well, tomorrow night is the opening night of the season for Kansas high school football. Right off the bat, we get a big one in southeast Kansas with Frontenac hosting Columbus. Now, these two teams, two of the best in the area. Frontenac's one of the highest ranked teams in Class 3A coming into the year. Now, last year, the Titans got the best of the Raiders on their way to an undefeated regular season. So Frontenac is out for a little bit of revenge this time around, but either way, both teams are ready to get after it.
It's a big game for just our league, just get our confidence going for both teams. We're excited for the challenge. We knew it was a 6-6 game in the middle of the fourth quarter last year, and we didn't play very well for about 8 minutes, and they pulled it out. So our kids are hungry. We know how well we're going to have to play to beat them.
It doesn't take much to get us fired up to play a team that is actually a rival for us. So it's a good early test for us this first week of the season.
The Kansas City Chiefs are just 10 days away from their season opener. The Chiefs open their schedule on the 12th with the home game against the Cleveland Browns. Now, the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, joined us in studio earlier today to talk about the season, including the big opener against Cleveland. Talk about what you expect from that game, because obviously that's a nice test for a team that we're hoping is in the Super Bowl at the end of the season.
You look around all of the matchups in week 1 and the kickoff weekend, this looks like it's number 1, if not it's the top 2 or 3. You've got a team that lost a divisional playoff game that thought they should have won it because they knocked Mahomes out of the game, and then Chad Henne rescues the day. But now Cleveland thinks they're better. They did an excellent job. They got JOK in the draft. I'm a Northwestern fan, so Trevor Kent fans out there in Pitt High. But they got Greg Newsome as the number 1 draft pick at corner. So their talent in the secondary with what they've already had. They've got pass rushers. When you look at Myles Garrett, I know he's got some help, just check it out, that this is a team that's loaded. I think they'll win the AFC North, but to put these two teams together is like having 2 high school playoff teams meet in week 1.
You can check out our full interview with Holthus on Sunday on the Toyota Sunday Night Sports feed at 10 o'clock on KOAM. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Are you looking for a...
Take time now to honor a local veteran, radioman 3rd Class Paul Shaw. The Coffeyville, Kansas native served in the U.S. Navy, and we are proud to salute radioman 3rd Class Paul Shaw. He's tonight's 4-state hero. Mike Mahoney joins us now with a look at what's coming on tonight on Fox 14.
Thanks, Dow. And here's what's coming up on your KOAM News at 9 on our sister station, Fox 14. We will have the very latest on the damage and destruction that Storm Ida has caused in the Northeast. Plus, the Lone Star State has grabbed the nation's attention with a controversial abortion law. And we will lighten things up a bit with what's coming to theaters and streaming. Those stories and a whole lot more tonight on your KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Mike, thanks. Some changes coming in the days ahead weather-wise.
Certainly. We've got some thunderstorms out in Kansas right now, and those will eventually be making their way into our area through the overnight and early tomorrow morning. Now, they are a bit on the severe side out there. There is a tornado watch till midnight, not for us, and they're not expected to be severe when they get here, but they may be a little bit on the strong side. Going into the 7-day, though, some changes, more rain chances through the weekend before we clear out next week. We're going to see some seemingly crazy temperatures as we have some warm days and cool nights.
Final sports note.
Not only do we have Pittsburg State and Missouri Southern playing tonight, we also have some high school football out of Oklahoma, a little rivalry matchup between Afton and Fairland. We'll have highlights from that game right here tonight at 10.
Don't you love it?
I do.
Football is back. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
services provided.